All right, everybody, it's your boy Aries Scarlet. It's been a day today for me, so without getting into all of the stuff, I'm gonna just address for maybe the second or third time what I was trying to say in Downplay the Hedgehog episode 4, but I'm gonna try and explain it as cold and precisely as I can. I'm gonna have 2 videos up here. Alright. So, the first thing I'm gonna do is look at what's going on here. Last story. Now, this is important because this is Eggman's scheduled launch time, meaning Eggman scheduled the launch times. Eggman was always the one in control, not in control, but he was always the one keeping track of the scheduled times that you saw flashing across the screen. Okay? So, with that said, we've got the Space Colony Arc fight, and this is hero mode now, okay? Alright. So we're gonna start this as late as I can. Eggman's launch time, his scheduled launch time is 1 minute 30 seconds, okay? Keep that in mind, and I'm not starting that until, alright, here we go. After I see that 30, I'll hit the stopwatch. Now y'all see the stopwatch. There's 1 minute and 30 seconds left on the clock, okay? He takes the emerald, right? Now, stop. Stop. Already, yeah, we stopping here. I said stop. All right, now this was less than 35 seconds, okay? Y'all mean to tell me that Eggman got here, which is literally like, bro, they turned around to look out the window and you mean to tell me Eggman is already there? How? How? This is literally across. This is a completely different building that they're in. This is a standalone. The Death Egg. This is a standalone place outside of the Ark. You mean to tell me Eggman got there in what, like 5 seconds? 5, 6, 7 seconds? Eggman got there across space. There's no way Eggman could already be there. It's just not possible. Now, another thing is that the scheduled firing time is 1 minute and 30 seconds from this. This only took 30 seconds, so the time is completely inconsistent here. The time it took to fire and the time it took for Eggman to get there. Both are completely unreasonable, completely impossible, and completely inconsistent. Okay? And we kept this timer running for longer than the cannon opened up. Okay? Once the cannon opens up, we're to assume that the Chaos Emerald was already placed in the hole. All right. Now, let's visit this guy's video, where he tries to explain the order in which things go, because he's trying to say it happened in this way, right? We're gonna reset the timer. I'll reset the stopwatch. Okay. Since I'm gonna, RL Glitch Gaming, this is his video. This is a small debunk Because I mean, I figure there's a lot of people who believe this, and like shit, it's to the like even Wendy doesn't agree with me on this. So I mean, I figure it's worth explaining in full detail without all the music and the background and the backstory, the stuff to make it 15 minutes long and all that. We're just gonna be direct about it.
Thanks. After defeating Shadow with Sonic, we are put into 1 minute and 33 seconds before the cannon fires. We get a whole moment where Tails griefs over Sonic and turns his back on Eggman, who now has the final Chaos Emerald. Then, if we switch over to the Dark Side cutscene that follows after the Sonic vs. Shadow fight, the countdown is 40 seconds before the cannon fires.
40 seconds? Okay.
This means Eggman had time to grab the Chaos Emerald and install it just before Sonic stopped the cannon from firing, which also causes Gerald.
Again, how did he get there in 7 seconds, bro? And how did the cannon fire before 1 minute and 30 seconds? There's the cannon fired way too early, and Eggman got there way too early.
Because Eggman added all 7 Chaos Emeralds, which is also what Gerald wanted to happen. Mind you, the cannon was already set to fire by Eggman, which it did.
And this is if the hero story is the right story.
Plays in the last story simply because
this is only if the hero story is the right story.
Eggman added that 7th Chaos Emerald.
If the hero story is canon and Eggman just got there across space, literally a place it took Tails to turn around and look at it, and he was already there. Across the void of space. With no mech.
And player accomplishment to be gained after beating each individual story. And if you're still not buying into this, look at how Eggman handles himself in this scene. He looks a little bit stiff and even straightens out his back, as if he just got done getting his butt whooped. That animation wasn't put in there by accident.
I mean, all you gotta do is look at the Snap Cube dubs where he's talking about why the fuck does Tails have all the weed? I'm like a puppet on a string.
Why is my body doing this thing? I'm like a puppet on a string. You see that? Look at that.
All that stuff. Eggman has had weird animations, but whatever. We'll assume that's true, right?
Here's how this whole sequence would play out as a movie if the cutscenes were put into order.
Over Shadow.
Alright. Abandoned lab cannon countdown, 1 minute 33 seconds. Alright, let's get it. Start the timer.
Sonic, I did it!
Awesome job, Tails!
Sonic!
Look outside!
This completes my plan to take over the world. Now begins the glorious era of the Empire of Eggman.
Y'all see how fast he got there according to his narrative, bro? Minute and 5 seconds. Now we're set to believe that this took place in 1 minute and 5 seconds, bro. All right. So this does not line up with the scheduled firing time. It doesn't. Same thing as Eggman getting across literal space to see what Tails sees out of the window in full view in like 6 seconds. It doesn't make sense. Okay? Not only that, Eggman don't feel that underneath him. Let's assume Eggman doesn't feel that underneath him.
What's going on? Why doesn't the cannon fire?
Now see, this is last story. This isn't the hero story, okay? Now we'll go into the dark story next. "40 seconds.
これで我が世界征服は完全なものとなる。さあ我が理想国家エッグマン帝国の幕開けじゃ。
All right, 33.
段階のことを連邦
33
政府軍の基地から盗み出された
Now let's throw that last ending on.
永遠なれ。
これは何としたことじゃ。なぜキャノンが発射せん。一体
Why
何
isn't
が
the
起ころ
cannon
うとしてるんじゃ。
Because it's been over 40 seconds until it's been over 40 seconds. He's keeping track of his scheduled firing time. The scheduled firing time lines up exactly to when he's like, wait a minute, why hasn't it fired yet? That's because the 7 Chaos Emeralds were never meant to make that bitch fire. They were meant to make it crash into the earth. Now, if you can explain to me how he got across there, he put it in and then it fired, but then he asked how it didn't fire, even though it fired. The hero story is not consistent. It doesn't line up with the last story at all. And as y'all just saw, the dark story lines up very well with the last story, even down to the 40th second. I think that's about all I have for this, because you know there's different ways you can go back and forth about this, but the fact of the matter is that if the hero story truly is the canon version, then Eggman traveled across to where literally the same paces that Tails walked to look out of the window are the same paces that Eggman took to leave that room and be out of the window. It makes no sense. Not only that, what, a whole fucking minute early? A whole minute to a half a minute early? Not the scheduled firing time at all. Yeah, I think that this settles it. This settles it, and this proves that the dark story is the canon ending, which means that Shadow beat Sonic. Or that's my case.